Good morning, everyone. So I am back. I am your mathematics teacher, Ma'am Bayaras. For today, we're going to have factoring polynomials. Let us begin.
Of our lesson. First, factor polynomials using the remainder theorem and the factor theorem. So the one that we discussed last week. Second, apply synthetic division to find the factors of a polynomial. So if you find it difficult to use the factoring theorem or the factor theorem and the remainder theorem, you can apply synthetic division. Third, solve problems involving polynomials. Okay, so for our first learning task, you are going to find the factors. What are you going to remember? Yan, so in order for you to be guided, so please remember these things. First, you can use the remainder theorem or synthetic division to find the factors of a polynomial. That is, if the remainder is 0, it means that x minus c is a factor of a polynomial. Second, the constant c will help you determine the right factors. So when we speak of constant, these are the fixed number, the specific number without variables. Third, the number of factors of a polynomial is determined by the highest exponent of the polynomial. So if you want to find out how many factors are there of a polynomial, just look at the highest exponent of the polynomial. So for example, you see that the highest exponent is 4. So you will look for 4 factors. Okay, let's have the first example. Find a factor of the polynomial x squared plus 6x plus 8 using the factor theorem. So, there are 5 choices here. Is it x minus 1, x plus 1, x plus 3, x minus 3, or x plus 2? So, the constant term is 8. And 8 has possible factors of positive negative 1, positive negative 2, positive negative 4. Yan. So, if you're going to find all the number of possible factors, there are 6. But then, according to the rule a while ago that I stated, the highest exponent, so here, the highest exponent is 2. So that means we are only looking for 2 correct factors. Then, the possible factors are 1, 2, 4. But on the choices, there are 3. So in short, you have already a clue on among these 5 which are correct and which are not. So let us use synthetic division. Let us try x minus 1. Okay, so we write all the numerical coefficients in a row. So we have 1, 6, 8. And since it's x minus 1, equating this to 0, if x minus 1 equals 0, x is equal to 1. So bring down 1 times 1 is 1, plus 6 is 7, times 1 is 7, plus 8 is 15. Therefore, if the remainder is 15, it means that x minus 1 is not a factor. Because, according to the rule, it is only a factor if 0 is the remainder. So, in short, x minus 1 is wrong. Now, this time, let us try x plus 2. So, again, we write all the numerical coefficients in a row. So, we have 1, 6, 8. And then, equating x plus 2 equals 0, x is equal to negative 2. So, bring down 1 times negative 2 is negative 2, plus 6 is 4, times negative 2 is negative 8. 8 minus 8 equals 0. And since the remainder is 0, it means that x plus 2 is a factor. Okay. So in short, one of the correct factor is x plus 2. Yan. So, going back to the choices, the first one, x minus 1 is not a factor. And then x plus 2 is a factor. Now, let us try factoring method. X squared plus 6x plus 8 is a quadratic trinomial. So, remember, during your grade 9, you learned about quadratic trinomial. So, the factors of a quadratic trinomial are set of two binomial factors. So, here, I use x plus 4 times x plus 2. So, I want to check if these are the right factors. So, how? I will use the FOIL method. So, how to do the FOIL method? So, let us recall. First, x times x is x squared. And x squared is the first term. Yan. So, that is correct. I was able to get the first term, x squared. Next, 4x. So, 4 times x is 4x. And then, x times 2 is 2x. Adding this, 4x plus 2x is equal to 6x. 6x is the middle term. So, I was able to get the middle term also. Next, 4 times 2 is 8. And 8 is the last term. So, I was able to get the last term. Therefore, the factors are x plus 4 times x plus 2. So, I am correct. So, you can use factoring method also to get the factor of polynomials. So, whichever you find it easier. You can use synthetic division or you can use factoring method. Let's have example number 2. Let's try x cubed minus 7x plus 6. Notice that there is a missing term which is x squared. So you see if we look at the given, should be in descending powers of x, one exponent is missing and that is x squared. In this case, we need to represent the missing term by 0. Hence, the polynomial will become x cubed plus 0x squared minus 7x plus 6. So, it is very important for you to represent the missing term by 0 because it will affect your solution in the synthetic division. So, let's find out. Using synthetic division, x cubed plus 0x squared minus 7x plus 6 divided by x plus 2. So, I tried x plus 2. Why x plus 2? Since 6 is the constant, so the possible factors of 6 are positive negative 1, positive negative 2, positive negative 3, positive negative 6. So, let's see if x plus 2 is correct. So, as usual, equating x plus 2 equals 0, x is equal to negative 2. So, our first divisor is negative 2. And then, list all the coefficients. So, we have 1, 0, negative 7, 6. And then, bring down 1 times negative 2 is negative 2. Plus 0 is negative 2 times negative 2 is 4 minus 7 is negative 3 times negative 2 is 6 plus 6 is 12. So, this is the remainder. And since it is not 0, that means x plus 2 is not a factor of the polynomial. Yan. So, dapat daw lagi siyang 0. So, let's try another. Yan. I'll change this to x minus 2. So, if it is x minus 2 equating to 0, x is equal to 2. Tingnan natin kung tama na ang 2. So, bring down the coefficients again. So, we have 1, 0, negative 7, 6. Okay, bring down 1 times 2 is 2 plus 0 is 2 times 2 is 4 minus 7 is negative 3 times 2 is negative 6 plus 6 equals 0. Yan! So, since the remainder is 0, that means x minus 2 is a factor of the polynomial. Ayan. So, trial and error. So, you try. If you got 0, then it's right. If not, try again. Okay, so let's have learning task 2, determining factors. Example number 1. Determine the factors of x cubed plus 2x squared minus 5x minus 6. Solution, so we start with the constant 6. So consider the possible factors of 6, which are 1, 2, 3. That can either be positive or negative. So that means they can be x plus 1, x minus 1, x plus 2, x minus 2, x plus 3, or x minus 3. So if after using synthetic division or remainder, the remainder equals 0, then they are the correct factors. And since the highest exponent is 3, that means there are 3 correct factors. So let us try x plus 1. So if x plus 1 equals 0, x is equal to negative 1. So the first divisor is equal to negative 1. So bring down the coefficients in a row. So we have 1, 2, negative 5, negative 6. So bring down 1 times negative 1 is negative 1 plus 2 is 1 times negative 1 is negative 1 minus 5 is negative 6 times negative 1 is 6 minus 6 is equal to 0. Okay, so this is the remainder, and since it is 0, that means x plus 1 is a factor of the polynomial. Yan, so meron na tayong isa. So we need to look for 2 more. Let us try x minus 2. So if x minus 2 equals 0, x is equal to 2. So this time, the divisor is 2. So just the same, bring down the coefficients, 1, 2, negative 5, negative 6. So bring down 1 times 2 is 2, plus 2 is 4, times 2 is 8, minus 5 is negative 3, positive 3, times 2 is 6, minus 6 equals another 0. Okay, so tama na naman tayo. So, the remainder is 0. It means that x minus 2 is a factor. So, meron na tayong dalawa. X plus 1, x minus 2. Now, let's set the third. I will try x plus 3. So, if it is x plus 3, x equal to negative 3. So, the third divisor is negative 3. So, tingnan natin kung magsisiro ulit to. So, bring down the coefficients again. And then 1 times negative 3 is negative 3 plus 2 is negative 1 times negative 3 is 3 minus 5 equals negative 2 times negative 3 is 6 minus 6 equals 0. Wow! So we got another 0. It means to say that x plus 3 is a factor of the polynomial. In short, the factors are x plus 1 times x minus 2 times x plus 3. So you see we were able to get the factors of the polynomial using synthetic division. Okay, now let's have learning task number 3, and this time finding the remainder. Example number 1. What is the remainder when 2x to the 10th power plus 7x to the 5th power minus 5 is divided by x minus 1? Solution. Okay, the highest exponent is 10. In this case, it is too big. So using synthetic division is not advisable. So therefore, we will use the remainder theorem. So by remainder theorem, we will equate x minus 1 equals 0. So it means x is equal to 1. So using the remainder theorem, what is the remainder when 2x to the 10th power plus 7x to the 5th minus 5 divided by x minus 1? So the given p of x is equal to 2x to the 10th power plus 7x minus 5. And we know that x is equal to 1, so it becomes p of 1 is equal to 2 times 1 raised to the 10th power plus 7 times 1 minus 5. So we substituted all x by 1. So simplifying, p of 1 is equal to 2 times 1, since 1 when multiplied 10 times is equal to 1, plus 7 times 1 is 7 minus 5. Simplifying, 2 times 1 is 2 plus 7 minus 5. Then 2 plus 7 is 9 minus 5. Therefore, p of 1 is equal to 4. Therefore, the remainder is 4 if divided by x minus 1. So you see, my dear students, sometimes using synthetic division is not advisable, especially if the exponent is very big. Kaya, the best to use is the remainder theorem. Let's have example number 2. If the remainder of x cubed minus k x squared plus 3x minus 2 when divided by x minus 1 is 4, find the value of k. Now, this is quite challenging because there are two variables. We have k and we have x. But don't worry, madali lang to. So, solutions. The value of the polynomial is 4. So, based on the question or the problem, sabi dito ay is 4. So, it means the value of the polynomial is 4. Hence, the equation is equal to 4, or p of x is equal to 4. Next, equate x minus 1 equals 0. So, x is equal to 1. So, take note that the divisor is x minus 1. Next, if p of x is equal to x cubed minus k x squared plus 3x minus 2. So, therefore, remember that p of x is equal to 4. And then, ina-equate natin ng x, so x is equal to 1. So, we are going to substitute all of this. So, it becomes 4 is equal to, substitute all x by 1. So, we have 1 cubed minus k times 1 is squared plus 3 times 1 minus 2. Okay, simplifying, we have 1 cubed. So, that's 1 times 1 times 1 is 1. Minus k times 1. So, 1 squared is 1. Plus 3 times 1 is 3 minus 2. Then 4 is equal to 1 minus k times 1 is k plus 3 minus 2. And then 4 is equal to 1 minus k plus 3 minus 2 here is 1. And then 4 is equal to, so we add 1 and 1. So that's 1 plus 1 is 2 minus k. And then transposing 2 to the left side of the equation, it becomes 4 minus 2 equals negative k. And then 4 minus 2 is equal to negative k. But we do not accept a negative variable. In short, dividing this by negative 1, so k is equal to negative 2. Yan. So, the value of k is negative 2. Now, if you want to check the answer, yan. So, magiging ganito yan. To check the answer, we substitute p of x is equal to 4. So, take note, it's the value of the polynomial. And then, k is equal to negative 2. And the equation is x cubed minus kx squared plus 3x minus 2. So, substitute p of x by 4. And then, substitute k by negative 2. So, it becomes 4 is equal to x cubed minus quantity negative 2 times x squared plus 3x minus 2. Okay, so simplifying, we have 4 is equal to x cubed plus 2x squared plus 3x minus 2. But we know that x is equal to 1. So, we will substitute all x by 1. So, it becomes 4 is equal to 1 cubed plus 2 times 1 squared plus 3 times 1 minus 2. Okay, so simplifying, we have 4 is equal to 1 plus 2 plus 3 minus 2. So, that's 4 is equal to 1 plus 2 plus 3 minus 2. 4 equals 6 minus 2. And we got a true equation. Because 4 is equal to 4. What does it mean? It means that k equals negative 2 is correct. Diba? So, we have proved that the value of k is really negative 2.